Okay, this is a major work in progress. So earlier I showed what we were doing with the front garden. We definitely had been way more attentive to the front garden compared to back here. This has been a garden that has not had much attention to it at all. At one point, you could see that I did carve it out. I increased the size of it, I put cardboard over it, I laid a bunch of mulch on top of that, and didn't get around to it. And all these weeds kind of started to push in. I actually have come in here and weeded already. Very perfunctory weeding. So this was, it looked like this. It looked like this grass was in here. And so a lot of this I had already taken out. I didn't take out everything, obviously, but I just wanted to free up some of the space so I could actually visually see what's going on. And we've kind of just tossed plants in here from the meadow when we were actually cleaning out the meadow in order to be able to take out the invasive species and put in some of the plants that were horticultural value, like this Alchemilla, which is actually in flower right now. And I actually really do like Alchemilla. It's a non-native plant, but it doesn't go invasive. But we did find a bit of it in the meadow. And I did plant some things in here like this viburnum. I think I erroneously planted this yarrow in here because the pink just doesn't go in this garden. So this is my project this year, this specific garden. I really want to free it up. I might take out, I had planted some of these grasses in here because I had some extra grasses, some of our native grasses. I might actually just dig those up and maybe put them in the meadow. I'm not quite sure. I still don't have a solid plan for this garden, but I think what I'm going to do is add some of that Muhlenbergia capillaris, just some really gauzy grass that comes up. It's a warm season grass. And then plant some low-lying purples, yellows, and spots of red within this garden. This is a very nice, shapely lilac. So it is in flower at a portion of the year. And I think like bringing in some of those purples, and we've been calling this the yellow garden because a lot of the plants that we threw in here, like the coreopsis, like this potentilla, like the alchemilla, all have yellow flowers. We also have this chrysogamon over here. This is this like kind of creeper right here that's creeping out from under this branches. And this plant is also this kind of gold hue. It's one of the few conifers that we kept here. There was quite a bit of conifers in here that were dying, so we ended up taking that out really early in the season. Now, what I'm excited about, and part of the reason why I feel like motivated to actually get this garden cut out, is because, well, one, we have a real good handle on the front garden. It's fairly well maintained, and we have a very strategic plan. Here we want to connect this to the memorial garden, which is actually in pretty good shape to a certain extent. Here we'd like to be able to link it by having a rose arch. So we would connect with a very simple kind of rose arch that emerges from both these two gardens. I'd probably plant the rose here because we have much more space here to plant the rose and grow it across. Not sure what kind of color we'd go yet. Saunders' vote is for white. I'm kind of leaning towards white as well. We could maybe even do a red rose to connect the reds in here with the reds in here, but I'm open to it. Now, the one thing about this garden is that I spent a lot of time up front on this garden, and you could see some of the plants are now starting to really spread out, which is wonderful because there's so much space and not enough of plants. But if you just have patience, these will start to spread out. So this is a silver mound, and I think this was a different variety right here. You could tell this is an Artemisia, and they have a really nice smell. And you could actually come in here and cut out some of these flowers. The flowers are pretty insignificant, and they make it look a little less kempt, but that's up to you. And then even this one, you can see some weeds kind of move in, but this is our woolly thyme. I love the look of it. So the idea for this garden was to feel a bit more like it was on the sea floor, and to bring some of those blues in from that we get from these firs, and these reds in that we get from the Japanese maples, which, by the way, got hit pretty hard from that late frost that we had. So there's a lot going on in this particular bed, and I'll probably come here in and weed a bit more. But where this bed starts to feather out and where I've kind of like ended is right around here. So I'm starting to push further and further into here, but it's starting to get weedy, and this starts to get into a territory that looks like this. This is what the bed used to look like. That's what the bed looks like now. So this is a tall task to kind of get into here and manage. So I have to come up with a strategy for this particular area. I do not know whether I'm going to get to it this year, because my main focus is going to be finishing the front garden and moving into the yellow garden. I thought, like, well, what plant can I actually plant in here, plants that I can plant in here, because I don't want it to be as detailed as that garden. But what plants could actually provide surface area? So I'll take you to the back of this garden, which is also a little weedy, but not that bad. Don't judge, don't judge. Work in progress. So this is the back of the garden, and again, right around here is where I kind of give up. But I planted this Baptisia, which was in flower earlier in the year. This is kind of a purple. They come in yellow. You could get them white. And you can see this like really glaucous leaf, really beautiful, and it gets big, and it's a great plant. And I thought, you know, what if I plant more of the Baptisias kind of throughout there? So if I end up planting anything, I could take up something that really has surface area and actually has quite a bit of value. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to have to come in here and start to weed throughout, because I mean, you could see the bifurcation between something that had been largely weeded and something that's not. And my goal was, eventually we built this area up with mounded soil that we got from the front garden. And look, it's like a weed haven right now. And eventually my goal is to maybe get this, I'm not sure, but a seating area, like some type of seating area. So it's not like we're gonna have a concrete pad out here, but something that's a bit more naturalistic and something that's more well-maintained. Right now, this is not maintained, but to have a little secret pathway that weaves throughout, and then an area in the back that you could sit. And then I did plant this purple robe locust that has grown up fairly high. This is a tree that grows really quickly, and it had the most beautiful kind of purplish pink pea flowers. And so I could see that kind of rising up and giving a bit of privacy back here between the gardens. So this is gonna be, I'm kind of looking forward to this, but also not, because I realize like how much work this is going to be. Just this little garden alone is a lot. And you could see that back here, I started, you know, whacking away some weeds, but then look at this. Look how weedy this is. So this is kind of what that looked like. And now we have to go in here and like edge it out. But I made a lot of progress. It's just going to be slow. And like stuff like this fleabane is coming in, it's being pressured in from the meadow. It's not planted in here purposely, and I'm gonna probably take it out, but I wanted it to finish its flowering so that the pollinators could actually have it. I feel like weird taking out plants that the pollinators are enjoying at the moment. So, but I think I have a lot of good plantings in here. It's just about thinning it out and being a bit more strategic with what we're planting. So that's the update here in the Memorial Garden and the Yellow Garden. And hopefully by the time we do a fall tour, you'll actually see this come together.